Back in the good old days when you were quoting lines from The Breakfast Club and buying hairspray by the cartful, if you inherited an IRA, you could stretch it out over your lifetime and enjoy a nice tax savings as a result. It was called a Stretch IRA because you could literally stretch out the tax-deferred growth of that IRA over your entire lifetime, resulting in a huge tax savings. But as they say, all good things must come to an end. And with the passage of the Secure Act, the IRS put an end to the Stretch IRA for everyone. Or so we thought. It turns out there are some ways to do a Stretch IRA that they don't want you to know about. So you might be asking, how can I do a Stretch IRA today? There are 5 ways to avoid the 10-year rule and take advantage of the stretch provision. Let's dive in and see if one of them applies to you. The first one is if you're the spouse. If you're the spouse of the deceased, you don't need to create an inherited IRA. Instead, you can roll over their IRA into yours. This is allowed within the rules and will avoid you having to take RMDs if you don't want to. Most people just assume that the only method to transfer IRAs is by inheriting. That's not true. The spousal rollover is the tax hack so simple that no one ever thinks of it. So do it. The second is minor children. A child of the deceased IRA owner is exempt to the 10-year rule until they reach adulthood, which is generally considered to be age 21. When they reach that age, the 10-year rule would then apply to them, so they can at least stretch for a few years until they get to be 21. Number 3, chronically ill. And this is generally defined as being sick for at least a year or more and needing ongoing medical attention. So think about diabetes, cancer, heart conditions. If these apply to you, you meet the definition of chronically ill and you can avoid being subjected to the 10-year rule. Number 4 is chronically disabled, which is defined as the inability to do one or more of life's functions. And examples might include rheumatoid arthritis or Parkinson's, or maybe you had a stroke, blind, deaf, you're in a wheelchair. If any of those apply to you, you would qualify to be able to avoid the 10-year rule and still take advantage of doing a Stretch IRA. And the 5th one is a little known rule that is a great loophole. If you're within 10 years of age of the person who died, you do not have to take RMDs over 10 years. You're exempt from the 10-year rule, and therefore you can take advantage of using a Stretch IRA and enjoying tax-deferred growth over your lifetime. So let's say you inherited an IRA from a sibling, say 5 years older than you. You'd be exempt from the 10-year rule, and you can let that IRA grow tax-free. The tax code is a web of rules and regulations, but by knowing some simple hacks like how to create a Stretch IRA, you can avoid paying more taxes than you owe, and you can build wealth. If you need some guidance on how to plan, save, and reduce taxes over your lifetime, give us a call. Or if you're near me in Carlsbad, Encinitas, or Oceanside, stop by our office. I'd love to see you in person. We love answering all the retirement questions, big and small. If you like content such as this, make sure to like the video, subscribe, and share with someone who could benefit. Word of mouth really helps our channel grow. See you on the next one.